Hey Brandon, this is Demetrius. So here's this video I told you I put together for you, really just kind of giving you a better explanation of what I do and how I help small businesses generate more sales. And so what I did is I typed in junk removal Charlottesville, VA, and you'll notice here at the top of the page, this is called the map pack, right? And so the three businesses that show up here are Charlottesville Junk Removal, College Hunks, and Happy Little Dumpsters. And the reason that all three of these businesses showed up here, right, is one of several things, and I'm going to explain them. And so, really, what they are is that they've optimized their Google listings, which I noticed that you show up like in the fourth or fifth spot. So you're kind of just on the verge of breaking into the map pack here. But they've optimized their Google listing, and that's creating their business description, hours of service, phone number, and but you'll notice that none of these businesses have any reviews, right? And so if you can get some reviews to your site or to your Google listing, that will help boost you up here into the map pack. But the biggest thing that stands out is that these guys have more citations than any of the competitors, right, including yourself. And so citations are anywhere that your name, address, and phone number show up on the web, right? And that's anything from having a Facebook business page to Yelp listings, things like that, right? And there's thousands of places where you can list your name, address, and phone number. And most businesses usually only do about 10 to 20 citations. And so the more of those you can do, the better. But then as we scroll down, right, you'll notice that most of the businesses that show up on this first page are franchise businesses. You got 1-800 Junk up here, College Hunks, which also is in the map pack, right? And then uh, Happy Little Dumpster, right? And so what I did here is I went to take a look at Happy Little Dumpster or 1-800 Got Junk, right? Because these guys are sitting at the very top of the organic listings, right? And so success leaves clues. And so if these guys are sitting up here in the top spot, I wanted to kind of take a peek and see what they were doing. So I went to this tool I have called Ahrefs, and it shows me a list of keywords that these guys are ranking for. Now, one of the keywords that did not actually populate is junk removal in Charlottesville, VA. And so the reason that didn't pop up is because that again, this is a tool. So sometimes all the particular keywords don't show up, and then sometimes that there isn't necessarily enough search in the local area for it to generate an actual keyword. But the fact that there's a map pack here lets me know that there is search going on in the area, and I know that Charlottesville is has some money in that area, and people are paying for junk removal, right? And so so these are some of the keywords that come up for for Charlottesville regarding junk removal and dumpster rental services. And then the next thing that I wanted to take a peek at is backlinks, right? So there's a few things that go involved when it comes to ranking a website, right? And so the first thing, and so here I took a look at Happy Little Dumpster site, and you notice they have a call to action right at the top of the page, right? Because people are going, they know that they want junk removal service, right? Or in this case, dumpster removal, and they need to have a way to get a hold of you, right? And so having that call to action right at the top of the page makes it easy for them to do that. And then you'll notice that these guys have a lot of pages. They have a lot of services listed out here. And so Google likes to see a lot of pages as well as content, right? Normally anywhere between 700 and 1,000 words of content on the page. And these guys don't have quite that much, but they still have a decent amount there. And so the more content, authoritative content, mixing in keywords that like we have here, right? The more authoritative your site looks to Google and helps move you up in the ranks. But then the last thing is backlinks, right? And so backlinks are essentially votes to your site, but not all votes are created equal. And so the best way to explain that is if you were linking to, say, another junk removal site that's in maybe Dallas, Texas, or Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, right? You're gonna pull more votes to your site than if you were linking to, say, Pizza Hut, right? Because you're in the business of junk removal, not selling pizzas. And so I took a look at your site here, and I noticed it. It's pretty lackluster. It doesn't really have a whole lot going on as far as pages, right? You have the get quote and call now button there, which is good. But other than that, you don't really have a lot of content on your site. And when I took a peek, organically, you're on like middle bottom of page 3 right now. One of the things that is in your favor, right, you have pictures, which obviously in junk removal space, showing that you can come in and do the work is huge. And then also the reviews, right? So these reviews are great, right, because it's social proof. But if you could get these reviews on your Google listing, right, that'll be even better. Because right now your website is on page 3, and so nobody's even seeing these. And so at the end of the day, right, you want citations, right, to get in here, and then for your website, right, you want some content, especially on your homepage, right, some words talking about the services you provide, and maybe even adding some service pages to your website, right, with authoritative content, and then you want backlinks, which are votes to your site, right? So citations, content, and backlinks. So hopefully that was able to shed a little bit of value there for you, and just to kind of give you an example of what I'm talking about, right? So you'll look here, so you'll see I typed in junk removal Bend, Oregon. That's where I live, and it's here in the top of the map pack, right? This junk removal Bend, Oregon. That's mine. I own that, right? And as we scroll down, junk removal Bend, Oregon, also on the first page, right? So if you have a business that's showing up twice on the first page, you're a lot more likely to get that call or that click or that lead, right? And so just kind of give you, a small snapshot of kind of what we did last month, right? And this is, we're in the middle of winter, so this was in December, right? This did 29 calls. Normally this thing does anywhere from like 60, 70 calls a month, right? So even in the winter, this thing is still doing fairly well. Last month, and we cash flowed like 5,000, right? So that's after dump runs and everything, and paying for that and fuel and everything, right? And so I asked you, like, what would that do for your business, right? If we could add, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 calls more than you're currently getting, right? What does that look like for your biz? And so, again, like I told you, I've done really well at doing this. And, if you would like some help in helping move your business up the ranks, give me a shout. You can reach me at 541-408-2206, or, just reply when I send you this video. Thanks. Talk to you soon.